In this video, I'm going to show you how to mix ad-libs using Waves plugins. This is one of the last episodes of the Ultimate Vocal Mixing series using Waves plugins, and I'm very excited because I haven't made a mixing video on ad-libs in specific, and we're going to be using the main mix that we have been doing in these previous episodes. If you have not seen them, they will all be linked down below. So let's get right into it. Let me just play what we have so far. In the last episode, we actually did the vocal effects where we added delays and reverbs and experimented with different effects to make the vocal shimmer on top of the beat. So let's hear what we got.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a four in the double cup. Yeah, it wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up.
Dope. All right, so following the last video for this main vocal on the effects, I'm just going to turn this delay a little bit more down from 6 to 4, and then I'm going to turn the reverb just a bit down because it's very important that when you go from your main vocal, you can take a break from, a few days break from the mix and then come back to it. And then, focus on things like the layers and the ad-libs and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is now focus on the ad-libs, okay? So we're going to duplicate this main vocal because this is going to keep the chain of plugins that we have, and we're going to mix it differently, but at least we have some consistent plugins we can use. We're gonna turn on the ad-libs. By the way, shout out to Dexta Dior for sending over this project file for us to use in the series. Super dope artist. All right, so it already sounds dope, and we're not even changing anything, okay? But we need to differentiate the main vocal and the ad-libs so there's a bit separation. All right, so a few things I like to do with an ad-lib. I like to see if I like it left, center, right, or spread out. So that's what we're gonna test first. So let's open up our Studio Rack plugin. In our effect rack, we're going to use Mondo Mod. This is a great plugin for shifting your vocals left and right. Just go on a preset circular, and this is gonna move it all around.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up.
That's a little bit too far on the right, so we're gonna bring this range down, bring it a little bit more center.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up.
Okay, so I like that it's a little bit not in the center like the main vocal. However, I'm gonna bring the range a little bit tighter so that it's still in the center. It's just like this a little bit. So you won't really be able to hear the difference, but it will stand out against the main vocal and have its own lane.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a four in the double cup.
I'm increasing this BPM a little bit just to make it go faster. Let's try to see what that does.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a four in the double.
All right, nice. I really like that. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the delay. I'm going to put on a chorus effect, which is going to really spread it out as well. It's gonna add a layer to the ad-lib to spread it. Let's see what that does.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a four in the double cup.
Okay, so on this, I don't think the chorus effect works, but when you're doing dubs, when you're like doing duplication of ending words, I really think you should try this out. On the ending words, it'll have that really wide sound. I think that's a really cool try, but on these ad-libs, I don't think you need it. So now I'm gonna try a regular delay, like an 1/8 delay. And we're just gonna turn up the wet a little bit more.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut.
No, maybe a 16th.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut.
No, maybe a 1/4.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut.
No, so I'm gonna turn delay off after this. I like the quick, punchy ad-lib sound that we're getting. Okay, and then next we're going to change up the reverb a little bit to give it its own space. We don't want to change the reverb type because we have it set in a church. So we want to keep that consistency throughout the whole song. So I'm gonna just try messing with the pre-delay because this could give a nice shift, like since it's so punchy, and then a little reverb comes afterwards. So let's increase this pre-delay to like 20, and then just increase the wet dry so we can hear it.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a four in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bouncing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't better.
That's really cool. Now I'm gonna just try making the reverb time longer and I'm gonna try really short. So let's try this.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bouncing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough.
All right, now this is all preference. Comment down below. Do you like this smaller time or the longer time?
I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and...
Man, that is dope. I think I'm gonna have to go with that just for now. You guys could like the shorter time. Now we're gonna just mess with the size of the reverb and see what this does.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bouncing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough.
Wow, that is dope. We don't even have to mess with the main compression and EQ. If you did want to, if you want to give it its even more own lane, maybe it's clashing with your main vocal a little bit, go to your main vocal chain and go on your main EQ and maybe take out some more mids.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up.
I'm gonna turn that reverb down just a little bit, and then maybe your ad-libs is falling through the bass a little bit too much as well. And what you're going to do is just increase the gain on your compression.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut.
And then you can increase your actually ratio, because it's really not about the dynamic in most cases because you're using them as layers. But this, I like the punchiness, so I'm not trying to really compress the hell out of it. I'm just trying to make it like sound punchy, go in and out. So I'm actually going to lighten up this compression a little bit to like 2 to 1.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up.
All right, cool. And then I'm just going to get rid of the little bit of these highs, and I'm gonna open up that Q.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up.
Okay, and I'm gonna add those mids back in. I actually like mid-range in that. So then I'm going to tweak the reverb again. You're gonna notice, especially with ad-libs and layers, you're going to keep going back to the effects, actually on any vocal mix really, because it's very small tweaks you're gonna be making. I'm gonna get rid of a little bit of the lows in this reverb.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up.
All right, and then I'm gonna just try at a quieter volume, so I'm just gonna lower the gain of this.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup.
I like it where it's at. I kind of like that it's sitting on top of the beat as well. Now we can also mess with another effect, maybe the meta flanger.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like...
You know, since this is such a small plugin, just try their presets and see what we can come up with.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bouncing the ass like it's...
All right, this could be cool. I'm gonna really lower the mix though.
21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup.
Okay, I don't think that works for this particular vocal, but if you want a lot of that Travis Scott vibe, what you can do is try this flanger and then put it after, just drag it down after your reverb.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21.
And then what we can do is try this true verb, this Millennium verb that I said was one of my favorite reverb presets for a long tail reverb.
He wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bouncing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't trying to cuff. Don't get me mistaken, I want...
Ooh, all right, we're gonna lower that a little bit. I like that. We're gonna lower the lows on that. And that's kind of actually really cool. So then the next thing I want to do is actually want to give it this ad-lib a bit more auto-tune, just to differentiate a little bit more. So let's try just a heavier auto-tune.
Still when I fuck it up, she bouncing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't trying to cuff. Don't get me mistaken, I wanna fuck on the...
And then I'm gonna lower this Mondo mod just a little bit. I like it actually more in the center. All right, so what I'm realizing is we're lacking a little bit of brightness in the high end, so we're gonna open up this vintage EQ and just boost up the highs.
They told us that we wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up.
Actually, we're gonna go back to this compression, and I actually like it at 4 better. And we're gonna just mess with this gain to really get it sitting where we want to on the beat.
They told us that we wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup.
Okay, let's try the vocal bender.
They told us that we wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I pour the 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bouncing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough.
Okay, now we're gonna mess with the arrangement of these plugins to get a cool effect.
Trying to cut, don't get me mistaken, I wanna fuck on the road to riches. I'm speeding up, niggas hating on me, but they do too much. Y'all niggas really gon' hate me. Watch when I cut the Mercedes. Please do not lie to me, baby. Is you gon'
I'm gonna turn this true verb off, actually.
Y'all niggas really gon' hate me. Watch when I cut the Mercedes.
Alright, I really like that. We can go back to the effects and turn off that R verb and turn on the true verb and just make it the super long reverb.
Uppercut, stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up.
So it's a little bit too long, so we're gonna just bring that delay time down. Sounds a little bit too dry, so what we're gonna do is turn the direct dry down. Well, now let's try a 1/4 delay on this. Maybe not ping pong, just
the uppercut, stun on my ex like I'm 21. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't trying to cut. Don't get me mistaken, I wanna fuck on the road to riches. I'm speeding up.
Nice, and there we have it. That is how I like to mix ad-libs using Waves plugins. There's endless ways, as you can see. You're gonna have to experiment and have fun with this. On the next episodes, we're gonna do a final mix and we're gonna master the song using Waves plugins. This is gonna really elevate the sound and really hone everything together to make it complete and sound professional on all streaming devices. And I'm very excited about this because it's one of the most essential final steps to do before you release your songs. So if you enjoyed this video and got 1% better, please smash that like button down below and smash that subscribe button if you are new here and haven't done so yet. And comment down below what is your favorite tactic that you may have learned here or that you do with ad-libs that you could share with our community. Shout out to you guys for supporting this channel and the brand of Baywood Audio. It's been fun building this and we're only going to get better. And if you're interested in getting some Waves vocal presets, you can check them out down below or at baywoodaudio.com. We have a bunch of style packs that you can check out that are using only stock plugins or only Waves plugins. So I hope you guys enjoyed that and I'll see you guys in the next video. And when it is out, it will be released right here. So learn how to master your song using Waves plugins right here. Peace.